You don't need a truck full of gear to enjoy time on your land. Some of the best outdoor experiences cost absolutely nothing. Hey, welcome back to the Land Buyer's Guide. I'm your host, Scott Thomas, founder of landparker.com, where we help everyday people get onto rural land with affordable owner financing, sometimes as low as $100 down and $100 a month. Today we're talking about something I really enjoy. Simple outdoor activities that don't require you to spend a dime on fancy equipment. Whether you already own land you're thinking about buying, or you're just dreaming about a more outdoor lifestyle, this one's for you. So let's get into it. One of the biggest things I hear from people is that they feel like they need to gear up before they can really get started outside. Like they need the right boots, the right pack, the right tools. And look, good gear has its place. But here's what a lot of people don't realize. Some of the most valuable time you can spend on a piece of land costs you nothing. It just takes a little attention. Start with walking. Sounds almost too simple, right? But walking your property regularly is genuinely one of the most useful habits you can build as a landowner. Every time you walk the same ground, you notice something new. Where water drains after rain, where deer are moving through, which spots stay shaded in the afternoon, which areas seem to hold moisture longer than others. That information is gold when you start thinking about where to put a garden, a structure, or even just a trail. You don't need specially hiking boots to start. Whatever sturdy shoes you already own are fine. Bring your phone or a basic notebook and jot things down as you go. Walk in the morning, walk in the evening. The land looks and feels different at different times of day. It's one of those things that sounds too easy to matter, but over time, it adds up to a really deep understanding of your specific piece of ground. Now, while you're out walking, pay attention to birds. And I know some people hear bird watching and immediately think it's not for them, but hear me out. You don't need binoculars or a field guide. Just sit still near a tree line or a pond edge for 15 or 20 minutes and see what shows up. You'll be surprised how much activity is going on that you normally walk right past. There's a free app called Merlin Bird ID. It's from Cornell Lab, and it can actually identify birds by their sound in real time using your phone's microphone. It's pretty incredible. Birds tend to concentrate in what people call transition zones, that edge where a meadow meets a tree line, or where an old fence row runs along a field. If you want to find birds, find those edges. And honestly, for anyone managing land, bird watching has a practical side too. Certain birds signal insect activity, or water nearby, or even shifts in weather. It's not just a hobby, it's information. Same goes for plants. Learning to identify what's growing on your land is one of those skills that just keeps paying off. You don't need to go buy a stack of books or sign up for a course. Start small. Focus on maybe 5 or 6 common plants in your area and get confident with those before moving on. iNaturalist is another free app that helps with this. You take a photo of a plant, it gives you identification suggestions, and it connects you to a whole community of naturalists who can help confirm what you're looking at. For anything you might want to eat, cross-reference with at least 2 reliable sources. Just be thorough there. But even if you never forage a single thing, identifying your plants tells you a lot. What's growing naturally on your land reflects the soil conditions, the drainage, the sun exposure. Native plants attract pollinators. Some of them tell you there's water nearby. It's like your land is already giving you data. You just have to learn the language. Here's another one that I think is genuinely underrated about rural land: dark skies. If you've spent most of your life in or near a city, you might not even know what a real night sky looks like. Light pollution wipes it out. But on a rural property, on a clear night with a new moon, it's something else entirely. You don't need a telescope. Just lie back on a blanket, give your eyes about 15 minutes to adjust, and let the sky come to you. There's a free app called Stellarium, where you point your phone at the sky and it shows you exactly what you're looking at. Stars, planets, constellations. It's a great way to learn the sky without any investment at all. After a long physical day on the land, there's something really grounding about just being still under the stars. It's one of those low effort, high reward things that's hard to put a price on. Now, and this one I find really practical, start paying attention to wildlife signs. You don't need trail cameras to understand what animals are using your land. Wildlife leaves evidence everywhere if you know what to look for. Tracks in soft mud near water, hair caught on a wire fence, patterns in the grass where animals move through regularly, browse lines on shrubs where deer have been feeding, muddy low spots and creek edges are your best starting points for finding tracks. Photograph what you see. Use iNaturalist or just a web search to figure out what made them. Over time, you start building a picture of what's living on and moving through your land. That's useful information for everything from garden placement to water features to food plots if that's something you're interested in eventually. The thing is, rural land already has a whole ecosystem doing its thing. Your job is just to start noticing it. Let's talk about fitness for a second. Rural land is kind of a natural gym if you let it be. Moving brush, hauling wood, digging, carrying water, hiking on uneven ground. That's all real physical work. You don't need a gym membership when you've got a few acres and a list of things to do. One thing worth trying if you want a low-tech workout is rucking. That's just hiking with a loaded backpack. Simple, effective, uses trails you already have. Slope work is another one. Hiking up and down hills is excellent cardio that's easy on the joints. Fallen logs and big rocks make natural obstacles for stepping and balancing. None of this requires buying anything. And look, I'm not saying you need to turn every walk into a training session. Even light, consistent outdoor movement, just being outside and moving around, does real things for your mood, your sleep, your overall health. It's hard to replicate that indoors. One more thing I want to mention, and this one's easy to overlook. Keeping a land journal. Just a basic notebook and a pen. Write down what you observe. When the first frost hits, when a certain wildflower blooms, when you hear the first songbirds in spring, rough weather notes, sketches of your property layout that you update as you learn more. After a couple of years, that journal becomes genuinely valuable. You start seeing patterns you would have completely forgotten otherwise, and it deepens your connection to the place in a way that's kind of hard to explain until you've done it. So here's the takeaway from all of this. These activities, walking, birdwatching, plant ID, stargazing, wildlife tracking, outdoor movement, journaling, they all have one thing in common. They take time and attention more than money and equipment. That's the real investment. And for anyone moving toward rural land ownership, a self-sufficient lifestyle, or just more time outdoors, that's genuinely good news. You don't have to wait until you've bought everything on some gear list. You can start right now with what you have where you are. The skills you build just by spending time outside and paying attention, those become the foundation for everything else. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you're thinking about getting onto some land of your own, I'd love for you to check out what we have available at landparker.com. We specialize in discounted rural vacant land with owner financing that's built for real people, not just folks with perfect credit or big down payments. Some of our properties start at $100 down and $100 a month. Head over to landparker.com, browse the listings, and if you have questions, reach out. We're here to help. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk soon.